What's up, y'all? This is part two or chapter two of the Wu-Tang versus Bad Boy Records beef, and this chapter is the Biggie and Raekwon and Ghost. Now, out of everybody in the Wu-Tang, these two were the only ones that had a problem with Biggie, who wasn't a hater. Big didn't hate anybody. Big had love for, if you had love for Big, he had love for you. He was a very fun-loving guy, but he wasn't a hater. That wasn't his style. And for people to put him in a box to make him look like a hater was ridiculous. Or, oh, he's biting this, and I'm like, biting? Biting for what? He's big. Big ain't gotta bite nobody's style. But here's what happened, okay? And here's the creaky chair. Now, going back to the beginning of the beef to get it all started, you gotta go back to when Biggie, right before the Source Awards. That would be the most accurate time, because they was working on the Cuban Links album and it was almost done, but the Source decided to put out this issue that had the King of New York, and they got all the skyscrapers and they got Biggie right there. So artists in New York took offense to the whole article. They didn't like it at all. They was like, man, how is this dude? This dude just come out. He the king of New York? What do they mean? He ain't no king. So people were salty. And when a lot of these people knew Big before he blew up. And was like, oh, this dude's gully. You know, he a street dude. You know, he rock blue jeans and scully caps and all this. Now they're in the club. He got the leather jacket on with the Versace sweater with the shades on, and they popping bottles at the VIP. Right away, this offends Ray and Ghost. Meth come over there, shake his hand, show him love. No problems. Everybody was basically cool except for Ray and Ghost. At the Source Awards, in the back room, everybody was making it like, this is going to be for Biggie. We going to do it this way, and we going to have it, Biggie's the crown jewel, and we going to do this, and we going to do it that way. So, Dave Mays from The Source was like, we got it on the East Coast, and we gonna give everybody equal time. I promise Suge Knight, if he did bring his artists out from the West Coast, that they'll be safe, everything is good. We gonna treat them fair here, and they did. They wanted to give them all their little segments, but give them all at the same time. No side ruling over the other. Because Puffy wanted to close it out with Big, because he's like, well, right now they don't have the hot artists. We do. So we need to close it out. It was only right. So he's like, we not will let Dre and them close it out. We not going to let you close it out either. We'll go with a neutral party, which was Method Man. And at that time, Bring the Pain was still kind of old as far as songs go, but it's that joint. So to see Meth perform that live and the energy level to close the show on that was just epic. So Method Man came out, closed the show. Wu-Tang was this and that, and then everybody's in the back at the Biggie's performance. Ray and Ghost is like, at the after party, they like, man, this dude's just a sucker. Like, man, how he gonna do this and now he that, and they just jumping from one face to another face, and that ain't cool. That ain't how we supposed to be doing this. Now, what happened after that was they recorded the song with Nas, Verbal Intercourse, and they was talking about the Biggie situation in there. Was like, yeah, man, then he bid Nas album cover, man. I saw that, man. I'm like, these happy-go-lucky, you know what I'm saying? It was like, they was upset at Big because he blew up, and they felt like, man, this dude just came out of nowhere and just blew up. And now he done changed his whole steez. He used to be this way, now he that way. So Big just he understood. He peeped game and was like, oh, okay. They got an attitude if they don't like me or whatever. So, and they want to let him know that they didn't like him by coming near him and not speaking to him and just walking off. You know what I'm saying? But Meth would, no matter where they was at, he would come see Big and he would give him a hug, go to his crib, anything. It was all you wanted to let him know, like, these dudes just own something. Let them do them. They want to be silly, let them be silly. But it's all love here. So, with this kind of tension going on between these two, and all these remarks going back and forth, a little sneak diss on the record, they had at the same time, I'm trying to think, how did this happen? Because the album came out, everybody's buzzing off of it, but they were working on Ghost's album at the same time. They did his album, they was going right into Ghost. And when they finished his album, Jizza's album was already basically done. Jizza's album and Ghost's album came out almost like back to back. It was like you had Ray, you had Jizza, then you came with Ghost. And the Ghost album, they were recording the song that they wanted to lead off with, which was All I Got Is You. And I think I got that right. Yep. And Mary J. Blige was hired to do the song. So Mary came in, doing her joint and this and that. Then all the tension started to really, Big's like, whoa, like, nah, we shouldn't even be dealing with them because, they talking greasy about us on the records. He was like, they is? Diddy didn't even catch any of the drift. Until they was like, man, yeah, they talking about we biting and I'm biting their style. He's like, this dude's crazy. So, when it was time to do the video for the song, Diddy was like, well, Mary gonna do it, but she's not available to do the video. And they was like, what? See, there was no need. It's not like what they did with Method Man, because in the first one, she's not originally on the song. So it was going to be a remix to put Mary on there. So originally, she's not on the album. It was the EP they was really doing. So it was easier to come and leverage to get a better position. And this time, she's on the album. So she's been paid to be on the album, the actual record. She's going to get paid for that. And they have to pay an appearance fee for her to be in the video, and it was more than a budget. And Diddy was making it pretty rough for them to acquire not Mariah Carey, but Mary J. Blige. And, it was just how they did business. And RZA knew what was going on, so RZA was like, whatever. We already got Mary J's name for the song. So when we make the video, we're going to take Mary out the video. And we're going to take her vocals out. And put Takitha on there. And put featuring Takitha on the record. So it's not giving Mary no buzz. You know, it's just giving Ghost to shine. You know, and people like the record already. So now we're going to come with the Takitha version for the video. So RZA was the producer, of course, and that's the way it went down. I wouldn't say Puffy was too happy about that at all, but he understood, like, oh, okay, this is how you gonna play ball. Okay, alright. Until the next time, you know, it's just business negotiations between two masterminds jockeying for position. Now, Ray and Ghost, they call themselves mad at Big, and Big just laced them in every track on that last album, Life After Death, because they both was just hating on him for no reason. The man ain't done nothing to him, but it was a competitive thing with them. They saw he was in a position or a spot that they wanted to be at or get to, and their competition and working hard and stuff, they just wanted to get to that level. But like Capadonna, RZA, all of them guys were tight, you know, so like there was no problem. So when Capadonna and, because Capadonna knew Chico, Biggie got the one Biggie man, Chico, oh my God, him and Capadonna was way cool. Like they knew something just on some street stuff. They was good on that. So Capadonna's actually on the original song, Long Kiss Goodnight. Because this is like about a couple of weeks after Big was released from the hospital. He came and finished the song to Long Kiss Goodnight. And the RZA's in the studio, and it was already some tension with Ghost and Ray, but Big wasn't into that. Big liked the fact that that RZA, he wanted that Wu-Tang sound. Like, he loved the way the RZA did his beats and stuff, so it was all love. It was no hate, no nothing. Like, oh man, this dude is cool. He's like, I don't even know what Ray and Ghost, you know, like, what's their problem with dude? Because, you know, Donna, everybody seemed to be vibing with him. You know, it's cool now. Then, of course, the business happened. You know, RZA was brought in to produce the record. It's mostly like, oh, Biggie asked for him. Like, oh, Big wanted you in here because he wanted to get the Wu-Tang sound, you know, for this record, for this song he's doing. And the more you listen to the record, it was like, they brought him in just to get the track and say, okay, we took care of some business. We'll give you a producer credit on the album. So anything they felt that was owed to them or damage that was done before, they patched it up that way. Money was transferred over through production credits. Now, they mixed the record on their own. So they cut Capadonna out. They cut out Biggie's extra vocals. They basically cleaned it up a little bit. Is what they call it. So after they clean it, they mixed it and, you know, Puffy put his voice on there. And they cut out Capadonna. And they like, oh man. You know, RZA was like, well, he's used to it because he knows how this side is business. And all of a sudden, you know, now they're getting ready to, this is done, this piece of business is over with. It's time to go to work on the actual real album. Wu-Tang Forever. And we don't get into that. We finna touch into all that in chapter 3.